The leader that I decided to choose was Tim Hayden. Tim Hayden is the president and CEO of Sargent Metal Fabrications, located in Anderson, South Carolina. I have had the great opportunity to intern there the last 3 summers as an engineering intern working on several projects. In this time, I have been able to get to know Tim not only as a businessman, but also on a personal level, as he is a family friend of mine. I chose Tim because I have personal experience working with him and have seen what it takes to run a company firsthand and what it takes to be a top-level manager. I feel like Tim is an effective leader because of the way that he runs his company, which we'll get into more specifics later on. He has been president and CEO since 2001 and has experienced many things that have helped shape Sargent to what it is today. Sargent Metal is a third-generation family-owned business specializing in fabricated solutions for the last 45 years. They use technology such as laser cutting, punching, and welding to serve trucking, elevator, and kiosk markets, among many others. Fun fact, they manufactured an elevator last year that was sent to be used in the Rockefeller Center in New York City. And as you can see from the picture in this slide, we had the opportunity to host Vice President Mike Pence when he came and talked about the USMCA trade agreement. A little more fun fact about Tim: he graduated from Clemson in 1995 with a degree in human resource development and a minor in industrial business. So when posed with the question of what traits and characteristics would you say best describe your style of leadership and what makes you a great leader, Tim responded with something that describes exactly who he is as a person. He said, "I want to be a leader that people choose to follow and are not forced to follow." Tim is a very humble man. He leads his company by loving people and holding each other accountable for their actions. Tim will go out of his way to make sure that everything is going well in your personal life and will always ask if there is anything he can do to let him know. It doesn't matter if you've been there 1 month or 10 years. He treats all employees the same. Tim is a very humble and faith-based man. He wants everything that he does, every decision, and everything in his business to be done for the glory of God. Many of his decisions come with great faith. He leads the company through Christ and thanks him for all that he has provided for the company over the last 10 years. Tim states that he or the company would not be where it is without Christ. He says that Christ is our senior leader, and this is evidenced in the way that Tim creates a healthy company culture. Tim has a very democratic style of leadership. He leads his company by putting the team and company before him. Every great leader needs a supporting cast, and that's exactly what Tim has. He wants all the success to go to the team. He only wants to be seen as the figurehead. He never makes decisions on his own, and he always asks multiple people what their thoughts or ideas are. He'll even come back and ask 2 or 3 times. He believes in his team and trusts them that they will make the right decision. Now, while he has the final say in the matter, he usually always listens to employees and will typically go with what they said. One example of this is when the now manufacturing manager started off working in quality. The customer or supplier wanted to do something one way, but he didn't agree with it and think that they shouldn't have done it. So he went to Tim, and Tim simply replied and said, "If you don't think we should do it, then we won't do it." And this just goes to show that Tim believes in his employees and believes that their decisions are the right ones to make. So Tim creates a healthy, productive company culture by showing everyone love and respect. He holds people accountable and over-communicates with everyone, which is super helpful and needs to be done in the workplace. The company truly has a family atmosphere where you can come to work and have fun while still getting the job done. Everyone has their respective job titles, but it truly is one team where everyone helps each other out if someone is overloaded with tasks. Another way he creates a positive culture is by hiring people that are self-motivated. Passion isn't something that you can fake. One thing that Tim has learned that helps build a great culture is by celebrating the wins. When you celebrate the big milestones of a company and don't just skip over them, it shows that you are interested in your employees. Recently, Sargent just went 365 days without a time-lost accident. This is a big deal, and they're going to celebrate that. Other things that Tim does, or things that he has done, that motivates his employees, specifically using the Hawthorne effect in the behavioral viewpoint, is that usually each quarter they have some sort of cookout or barbecue where he provides lunch for all the employees there, and they also typically have a shaved ice or ice cream truck come once a summer. And just recently, he gave 2 SUVs to employees who had just had their 40-year anniversary with the company. What also makes Tim a great leader is that he has a willingness to teach and train others. Tim pours into each and every single one of his employees, from me being an intern all the way to people that have been there for 20 plus years. He uses the knowledge that he has and the things he has learned over the years to teach his employees and leads as a mentor. He wants everyone to grow and expand their skill set so that the company gets better and improves what they're doing. Over this past summer, we had weekly training sessions where all the project managers would have a meeting and would learn more about the processes and the machines on the floor so that everyone would get a better understanding of what happens and would be able to do the job better. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling are the 4 principal functions of the management process. At Sargent Metal, Tim uses these to determine goals, set tasks for his employees, and make sure that they are achieving the goals that they set out to do and correct them if necessary. So in planning, this is something that Tim has to do. He cannot delegate the vision of the company, and he always looks at what they can do better in the future, and each quarter has a meeting with the vice president, the manufacturing manager, the safety manager, and the project managers to determine what needs to get done and how to achieve something. He has a specific vision for the company, and he wants to see that come to fruition. In organizing, he has to make sure that there's the right organizational chart in place for the company to succeed. Currently, the structure of the company is the president, which then goes down to the vice president of operations. These would be your top level managers. Then you have your manufacturing manager and your safety manager and your lead project manager. This would be sort of known as your middle management. And then you have your materials manager, your 4 other project managers, your scheduling people, your purchasing people, and 3 engineering programmers. And this would be the last level of management. So this is the setup, and it's set up in such a way that each person has a specific function and task that they must do for the company to achieve the tasks. In leading, he makes sure that he is the one that sets the example by going first, so that other employees are also motivated to work hard and achieve tasks, whether this means staying after to complete what you need or helping others. In controlling, he makes sure that each employee knows the goals that are at hand and how they can improve to make things more efficient and reach the goals even faster. One way he does this is by hiring people that have been where he wants to be. So each of these 4 functions allow for the company to operate and make sure that the goals and tasks are achieved with everyone having a part to play, doing the best possible job that they can. Now recently, Sargent Metal announced that they were expanding their current facility to include a brand new 80,000 square foot facility that would allow them to do more assembly and metal coating in-house. This expansion is going to increase their capacity. It's going to create 50 new jobs over the next 5 years, and it's going to give them more space to do more things, and it's going to save them time and money from having to ship stuff to other facilities around town and do less outside servicing. This expansion of the company and the growth strategy that they want to implement has been in the works for the last year, and there have been multiple decisions that Tim has had to make surrounding this expansion of growth. One of those decisions, though, has brought him under a lot of scrutiny from people outside, and that is the decision to follow through with something this big in the middle of a global pandemic. However, this is not the first time something like this has happened with Tim. In October of 2002, Sargent Metal announced that they were going to build the facility that they are currently in, and that happened a year after 9/11. And he had people calling him crazy, and the same thing is happening now. They said people don't understand why they're expanding right now in the middle of a pandemic. But he believes that this is the best decision and they're going to go forward to it. And he's making this decision based on faith, and he believes that the Lord is going to bless everything that they're doing, which he's done already in the last 10 years. A fun fact about this was that during my internship this past summer, I was able to help with the plans, the design, and the layout of the new facility. This just goes to show you and goes back to what kind of leader Tim is and how much he believes in his employees. That he would trust and listen and take input from a 21-year-old intern like me with the future layout and plans of the company's expansion. Being able to take part in this really boosted my confidence and motivated me to do a better job on it. Now, moving on to my own personal leadership, the two styles that I would use to describe my leadership traits are the affiliative and the coaching styles. So I've had several positions where I've had a leadership role, those being I was soccer team captain for my club team in high school. I currently lead a group of 9th grade small group guys, and I am currently on the middle school core team for the student ministry at the church that I attend. Being the leader on a sports team in the past has helped me now understand what it takes to be a leader in the workplace, and it showed me that I need to have good verbal communication skills. I need to be able to take as well as give advice, and you need to be able to work on a team and understand each other. Being on the core team has allowed me to be a part of a team of selfless individuals where we're more concerned about each other and the goal of the team than our individual status. Each of these experiences has been very effective in shaping my leadership palette and has given me great experience that has improved the way that I look at the workplace and the things that I do, and will certainly help me in my future jobs. And now here are my sources that I used in the presentation. Thank you.